I know people listening or watching are going to have this comment. How do you bring that topic up? Because of the way, like you said, everything goes back to marketing, right? Even when you talk about wills and trusts, when you watch pop culture, they make it seem like it's only for the uber wealthy, right? You talk about prenups. The way it's been marketed to us is unromantic. It's for people trying to get over on each other into a marriage. So how do you have these your everyday Esquire? So how does the everyday person have this conversation with their loved one?
So now, all right, so now you're engaged. I don't think you should wait until you're engaged to start having conversations about prenups, because then it gets weird. People start wondering if you have ulterior motives, right? So we're dating. And the way we have a conversation about prenup is the same way we talk about any other component of our estate plan. And it's like, okay, so if we broke up, like, let's say we were sharing a house, would you move out, or do you think I should move out? Or what do you think about bank accounts? Like, I have mine and you have yours. Like, should we have a joint account that we use for like house expenses? Like, when we decide how to co-sign on our loans, I think that like maybe we should consider how much each of us has in loans before we decide whose name to put on what. Um, because some stuff, like, it might make sense to like sell this or keep that or move this around. We might get real rich and need to have different opportunities. Or, hey, so I was thinking that I was thinking about like how Tiger Woods and his wife, like Tiger Woods really lost everything. Like, I mean, yeah, he could have apologized or whatever, but that was just so messy. Why did he have to like or insert person who wasn't with them shooting in the gym, or Drake? He was like, how's she even entitled to all of that? Like, I don't agree with that. I think that if we've been together for this amount, like I've been taking care of this, then maybe I'll continue to take care of that, but I'm only going to do it for this amount of time. And then you just have you're having a conversation. Like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
continuing conversation. You don't wake up one day with a prenup all worked out. Nah, you've been talking about it. Y'all been navigating how to get through and how to move forward, because you're a unit, like you're a union, but you're still individual units. And we still gonna have family. Like, what happens when my grandma gives me that house? Like, when we get that, we might want to turn that into a rental. And well, maybe we don't want that to be yours, because maybe you got a financial obligation. Maybe it's a judgment against you. Maybe it's a child support obligation. Maybe it's something else. So we don't want to put that in your name. Maybe we put that in an LLC. How do we own that? Like, it's a
It's all
continuing
playing, yeah.
conversation.
But you know what's crazy? What's crazy about that is what I've learned over the last couple of years is, and it's always weird to me, people aren't having those conversations. I
They're
just
so
saw,
scared.
yeah, I'm not even gonna put nobody's name out there. I just saw someone get divorced because one person wanted children and the other one didn't. And I was sitting there thinking, like, y'all didn't have this conversation while y'all were dating? Like, so I mean, people aren't even having I'm not trying to turn this to a relationship show, but people aren't even having the basic conversations that you would think to even get to that point. So
Right.
It is about relationships though. Like, this is how you know what I mean, this is part of the relationship, because relationships have beginnings, middles, and ends, right? And so, the beginning of the relationship, when everything is lovey-dovey, like, Shabrei was talking about, is the time to talk about this stuff, because you don't want to get to the middle in the end and not have talked about any of this stuff, and then don't know where nothing is or how nothing's supposed to go. You Jill, talk about how when your mother passed, how she had her affairs in order,
mhm,
how easy it made it to grieve and
absolutely.
to do those kind of things. And so this goes along those same lines. Like, all right, if the love is lost at some point, now it makes it easier for us to do whatever we got to do as far as people are concerned, because we already had a plan for that if it came to that. So I
Yeah.
don't, but people don't ever want to think that their relationships are going to end, but we're people, and so
Mhm.
things happen. And so I kind of agree with how Shabrei, you
For
know,
me, it's just like, the thing about it is that if it never ends, none of this ever matters.